one Miss Carlee, whatever her last name is, ain't it boy?
Russell.
Russell.
Hey, nigga.
Ain't the one Carlee Russell
Hey.
had the world captivated for about 48 hours or 72, was it 48 hours?
Yeah, it's 48.
When the tale of her heroin experience, finding a toddler on the road and then being abducted as reported by all the news outlets in her locality. Um, she saw a baby on the road, pulled over. She called 911. Then she called her sister-in-law back and said, "This baby is still here." And then she screamed. And then did nobody see her for a couple of days. And then she showed up at her parents' crib, like, "Hey y'all, I'm back." And now we just want to know what happened.
Mm.
Fast forward to the reports being out now because we a week away from we a week removed from the story almost. Um, the police have said, I think it's been reported that the police have said, right?
Police have released a lot of shit.
So they said what had happened was she called, said she saw a baby, and then she drove 6 Soldier Fields down the road to get the baby. And when she stopped, she had the baby in her sight. Told the people that was there, the toddler on the road in the diaper. And she called her friend or her sister-in-law. And then she yelled in the phone and screamed. And they found her wig and her cell phone and her Apple Watch in her purse. And her car running and all kinds of other shit just still there. But no her. No baby. Then we were told that she was safe and sound. She went to her parents' house and they like their respect and their privacy as they navigate through this, you know,
Difficult time.
arduous time. And then the next day they got on TV and was like, "Hey, y'all, our daughter was really out here fighting and she made it home because she's a fighter. She got home because she was fighting, struggling, and she got away." They didn't say from anybody or like what type of fighting she had to do, anything like that. Like they just said fighting, and then mental too, mental, mental fighting, and then physically like getting back to the crib, I guess, fight. I think it was today or yesterday, maybe. There's been more information that's come out.
Yeah, the search history was released.
So when they got her back and they got her phone and they looked up what she was looking up. Um, just normal like when you finna go on a trip, your Google history probably like is looking up trips and whatnot, right?
Yeah. What's going on? How long it's gonna take me to get there? What to do there? Weather there? I'm gonna do a little research in the place that I'm going to.
Yeah, I was I was recently interested in purchasing a PlayStation 5 because my PlayStation 3 recently went out. I told you about that. I really miss my homie.
Oh shit! It went out. It finally went out.
You don't play this no more, man. It just stopped. I think I can fix it though, but I haven't really tried because fuck it. What?
Sitting in the ghetto thinking about
But,
when my mom
uh,
passed away.
but
Mm,
but but if you looked at my search history, you're gonna see PlayStation 5 versus Xbox. Uh,
Series
the,
X.
the Yeah, dreams, actually, stuff like
Ryan
that.
Candy
You'll see
Paint.
that in my search history. You'll see things I've been involved in looking up because I'm
Hey,
planning
hey,
on
hey,
because I'm
hey.
planning because I'm planning on uh
Here,
getting
Mhm.
it at some point said device.
here's the
Now, if
undisputed
you do
truth.
anything like me,
Here's the
you say
undisputed
what?
truth. Here's the undisputed truth. You have to go PC. You're just at that age.
I ain't too
We're
much of a
no
gamer.
longer. Yes, you
I ain't too
have to
much of
go
a gamer.
PC for gaming. You have to go
Hey, look,
PC for gaming. That's just the only way for an old man to game.
tell you the truth, and hey, look, technically you're right, PC, because it's technically kind of PC esque,
It's supposed to be
but
the best way to game.
but
Like,
no, retro gaming. I think is the way I need to go. I need to just go play all the old
oh,
shit.
that goes without saying. If you finna give it all up for a fucking emulator, that's the best way to go. Getting you one of them big fucking 100-inch wall screen emulators with the joysticks on the wall. Yes, that has
Also,
every
you're doing all
fucking
the extra,
game ever.
you're doing all the extra shit. You just plug right into your TV, just the TV. I don't need all that. I just want to play Super Tecmo Bowl.
No,
I'm
nigga,
cool.
you're an old nigga. You have to do old nigga shit, and that's to get upper echelon back in the day shit. Like shit you couldn't afford back then, dipped in gold now. Gotta go get you a no limit chain with a big $20,000
Hey,
one. shit
hey,
you
hey,
shit you was
hey,
gonna get a
hey, hey.
$200 one back in the day. You gotta go times it times 100.
I got a times 100 of the motherfucker. Hey, look, if you see me out here in the iced out no limit chain trying to relive my youth, feel free to smack shit out of me.
That's it. That's it.
And that go for anybody. Like if you just see me
You
with a big
you got
ass
to go get
tank on my chest,
you have to go get the top of the line shit that you couldn't get back in your youth.
hey, look, I don't care who made the pendant. If you see me
You got
with
to
a
go get a
pendant,
Huffy or a Schwinn.
hey, look, hey, look. I do want a new bike.
Got to be a Huffy or a Schwinn.
I do want a new bike. I do want a new bike, and that's just because my brakes is kind of fucked up.
You
But I
ever
think
knew
I
the
might.
name of your
I
bike?
think I might just take my bike frame and Frankenstein me a bike off of Amazon parts, and you know, make it myself.
This nigga
Make a
finna
good
build a
bike.
ghost bike, a ghost 10 speed.
Yep, yep. Hey, look, I'll this bitch phew, on your ass. But yeah. If it were me, and I was drinking and forgot what I was talking about, then I would focus the right
PlayStation broke and you was going to
No,
get a
no,
PS.
not PlayStation. We was talking about we had a mini topic we were talking about.
Oh, Carlee Russell.
Oh yeah. If it were me, I would I would reserve judgment until we got all the facts because I don't want to
Man,
impugn the
see, Carlee
integrity of
Russell
this
is the
young
reason
lady.
I'm scared of this 25-year-old.
Hey, look, I
Carlee
only
Russell
said
is
all that.
25.
I only said that because all the other shit I just got to saying.
Well, we got
Or
all the facts
insinuating.
back. We got the 911 call. See, this is the problem. This is the problem I have with these motherfucking Gen Xers, millennials, or whatever the fuck they call themselves now. It should be called why. Why? Not Gen, just why. Like, why? This motherfucker that stole tissue and robes from her job. Then go to Target, buy snacks and shit. Then go wait in the parking lot of Target for 5 hours and then go do this cockamamie phone call abduction scheme bullshit. It's like we are the second most videotaped country in the world. Bitch, what? How you gonna sit at Target parking lot for 5 hours and this is the best you come up with?
They got you on the expressway, slow driving, trying to pick a spot. Like is hey look. I'm gonna just say this, okay? Because we all prayed for her to come back and she came back safe.
Our prayers were answered.
So our prayers were answered. She got kidnapped by aliens. They abducted her to do experimentation. And then they dropped off at the crib. I'm going with aliens.
They probed the
I'm
hole.
gonna believe aliens. Just give us some real. I don't want you to tell me that it were people that you are unable to describe, with vehicles you are unable to name. I want you to tell me that it was an alien that took you while you have this notoriety and do the greater good and be one of those catalytic driving forces behind them uncovering all of the Area 51 information that they do have. Maybe you might trick them. Maybe they might think that maybe it was an alien. Oh shit, now we got to come clean. Maybe. So I'm gonna go with that.
Hopefully.
I'm gonna go with that.
Hopefully the aliens that fucking put a noose around Jussie Smollett pop up too. Them African boys go pull their motherfucking shits off and reveal they reptilians.
Look. Those aliens have already uncovered themselves.
Say there was Nigerian aliens. These aliens gonna be Mexican. Both of these aliens illegal than the motherfucker. Just illegal aliens.
Wasn't nothing extraterrestrial about them Negroes at all. Them motherfuckers was from a different continent. That's just it. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's weird that we all, well, not we all, because I didn't pray, but we all, I'll include maybe I get points for it. So we all prayed for like the safe return of this woman, and then she returned safe. And then everybody collectively said,
"No, bitch, that was too safe.
That's bullshit."
No, bitch, that was too. You came home too safe, ho.
I need to see you with your ass whooped to make it.
Motherfuckers like, no, bitch. Now you know we don't really believe in Jesus. How you home? I didn't really pray. I didn't really pray. How you home?
Bad word for you, but not my auntie. Like all kinds of shit. But hey, people, pray. Don't besmirk don't look your prayer in the face. Don't look a gift prayer in the face.
Hey, that'd be crazy though. Motherfuckers pray for some shit and they'd be like, nah. I don't even believe in Jesus. I was just doing that shit because Facebook says so. This can't be my prayers answered.
Hey, look,
I don't deserve my prayers answered.
Realistically though, that's how religion works, though. It's a bunch of motherfuckers all hoping some shit happens. Then when the shit happens, they doubt the efficacy of it. Like, I ain't doing that shit. Like, pray for $1 million. Pray to be rich, but beyond your financial dreams and hopes. And then get an email saying you won $1 million. And see how fast you don't believe that email is real or legitimate.
Goddamn Africans.
You could get literally get off your knees and your phone. Ding. You've just won Publishers Clearinghouse. You gonna spam email that shit right the fuck to the junk mailbox.
So
you deleting it immediately.
So
we do a bunch of fake ass shit in this world. A bunch of hypocritical beliefs of things.
So did that come from a Judas? Did that come from a blasphemer? Or was that a collective realization of several unanswered prayers? Like, because there was a point where motherfuckers did believe everything was rooted in prayer and non-prayer. and they believed that everything with their prayers answered or an angry God. Like the world believed that. And then we slowly got away from that shit. Just like I mentioned earlier at the beginning of this show, like in 2000, we applauded Aaliyah's brother for fucking taking on the death of her, like her role after death. Now, if you do that shit, oh, it's too soon. It's like the collective consciousness shifts. Who's to be blamed?
The collective.
The collective.
Yes.
Cause yeah, like at a point, motherfuckers believe their prayer, everything begat and ended with prayer.
No, no, the collective's to blame because at a point you had to realize your prayers weren't being answered in any real way. It's
Well, it
not
could
a
have been a
it's not a
charlatan,
it's not an ask give situation.
but it could have been one
Uh,
charlatan. See, I'm always of the thought that it's one fucking charlatan always throwing a monkey wrench in the status quo. I think it was one motherfucker realized that shit weren't contingent on prayers, and he prayed on that information, and then people uh discovered him, not the lack of efficacy of prayer, but they discovered a wolf in the hen house, and then that caused them to not trust anything post that.
I don't think it ever worked.
So what you mean? You don't think people ever? I'm not saying it worked. I'm just saying the collective consciousness believed it worked. You don't
I
believe that
think
there was ever a time where the collective consciousness believed it worked?
I believe that there was a time where the collective consciousness wanted to believe it would work, and these are the things that we should do for benefit of good fortune and
I mean,
to stave
prehistory.
off
I'm
any
talking
ill.
prehistory. I'm not talking modern history. I mean
I'm
prehistory.
talking about I'm talking about prehistorically.
So you don't think there was never a time when motherfuckers was praying to trees and praying to the rain, and when it rained, they knew that their prayers were answered unequivocally.
I'm
And if it
saying
didn't
that there
rain,
was
they knew they did something wrong.
I'm saying that there was all I'm saying that from the beginning of the time there was a motherfucker who has been using people's gullibility against them.
So you don't think at
So
any point the collective consciousness believed in prayer?
no, I believe the collective consciousness believed in it. Yes, I believe that there was a motherfucker who convinced enough other motherfuckers to believe in some shit, and he got him.
Oh, so you think the first motherfucker who instituted prayer was the fucking snake oil salesman?
Yes,
Mm,
That's the way to
damn.
look at
yes.
it. That's the way to look at it. I've never viewed it from that lens. I just always
I
figured.
mean,
I
could
always figured that prayer predates language,
but
and,
think
and
about it
that's where
though.
it comes from.
But think about it. Think about when it kick off, right? It started off when we I'm not a biblical scholar, but were we instructed to pray initially?
I'm talking before those even indoctrination.
I'm talking Adam Evish level.
But
Hmm.
that's that's something that happened in 19. But see, that's something that happened in 1990 that tried to describe 1970. I'm talking about actual 1950.
I'm talking about 1950 in the when so as it's broken down, it's just hey look, be free, do y'all shit, have a ball, just don't eat off this motherfucker and you all good. I don't know if the things were prayer, worship me, go over here, do this on that day, this, that, and third, da 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 da. Da. Well, none of that. It was just go kick it, not here, and then y'all fine. The bitch went was like, I'm gonna kick it here. She went, kicked, ate off the tree, had a ball, was like, ooh, this shit good. Let me put these motherfucking figs on. And then she went to Adam and was like, hey yo, Adam, eat this shit. This is bomb. He was like, where you get it from? She told him where she got it from, and then he ate it, and then that's when he got fucked up.
And see, but I don't think you can go back that far because I mean they did pray back then. I mean they talked directly to God.
I'm
Like
Was
not.
that a prayer? Was
that
that a
I
prayer?
mean
Or was that
that's pretty
Adam?
much
Was
praying.
that Adam chilling with the only motherfucker who would talk back?
Yeah,
But
Adam was
again,
talking
that's a
There was
book.
directly to
nothing
God.
else that would talk back. It was God and Adam. We talking about that was prayer at that point. It's just
That's
two
not what.
entities here.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is
Oh,
that's a book again wrote in the year 2000. That's 50 Cent wrote that book about NWA. I'm talking about actual the people before NWA. I'm talking about Kool Herc and them. I'm not talking about the Bible. The Bible is a fictional book wrote about fictional people. I'm talking about the actual motherfuckers that predate the Bible. That when thunder and lightning first happened on this planet and humans first had consciousness, thought it was a person in the sky farting or whatever. I'm talking about those motherfuckers. And they prayed to that.
I have no basis to like.
I think so because they
We
worship
did.
the
We got a
shits.
lot of basis of that. That's where Christianity comes from. Those motherfuckers who were
How
praying to
you
the
figure?
trees. Paganism. Paganism. That's all Christianity. Is a culmination of all paganism rolled into one.
No, no,
It's
no,
a
no, no, no,
motherfucker that
no.
predate. It's a motherfucker that predate Christianity called Zoroaster. Exact same story, word for fucking word. Three wise men born on the 25th. Exact same story, 1,000 years before Christ. So
Mm-hmm.
prayer is not a new concept. What I'm saying is, at some point, those people did believe those things that they were praying. I don't think it was an institute of a charlatan in its inception. That's me personally. I think it
No,
was a
what,
collectiveness.
what I'm saying to you is this. I'm just going from, hey, look, inception of the Bible timeline of the world when they had the first two people. After he flipped the switch, let there be like 6 days. He was working 7 days. He was like, "Eh." After all that, Adam, the God, just there. It's a bunch of animals. He didn't got through naming them. He's sitting here kicking dust up with his hands, you know, on his waist because he ain't got no pockets. Just ho hum like a motherfucker. Don't know why because he don't even know what orgasm means at this point. There's no point. There's no mention of prayer in my recollection here.
I mean, you consider praying, worshiping pretty much the same, right? You talking to a motherfucker trying to gain favor. Ain't that pretty much what praying is? Talking to God,
Nah,
trying to get him to do you a solid.
I mean not necessarily to get them to do you a solid. I think different people pray for different things. I think prayer was supposed to be a way for you to communicate, not for you to like utilize it as a genie in a bottle, like wish granter, but some semblance of a entity that would give you some peace of mind as opposed to an actual tangible good. That's what I thought the more overarching need for prayer was. Supposed to be a mental thing, not a physical, tangible, material thing that you can achieve from the prayer. You can find answers, and it's mostly about talking to, the voice within. Not a, ooh, I want to be rich one day and I'm gonna pray for it and then I'll be rich one day. Like, no.
And depends on what your definition of favor is. Favor could be, hey, all of my peoples are in good condition. Appreciate it, God. That's a prayer. It's also favor. Favor does not have to be in monetary status or anything like that. Favor is favor,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been doing that since the beginning. Like, like the nigga said, the rain dances. Yo, God, yo, throw some of that water down, throw some of that water down, throw some of that water down. Oh, he did it. He like my dance.
He's talking about this. Hey, um,
Yeah, I think prayer is a staple of pretty much all religions from the beginning.